So as I said, we are now at the process that we've drank our champagne. Now it's about this next big journey going forward. And the next big journey going forward is really about you as the company. Previously, you said you need money. Now you've got money, but hopefully you get more than just money. Hopefully as part of this, you also go and get access to new networks, new skills, really an investor who is kind of contributing and bringing more to the party than just money. So now, what are we talking about next? We believe that growth can be engineered to a certain extent. Sure, there's always luck, there's everything, but we believe that if you do the right things, if you tick the right boxes, then your chances of actually growing your business are very, very high. Well, until COVID happens, well, then of course, all those kind of things change slightly. But in principle, we believe that there is a certain formula, and if you do this, you will grow your business. What are you actually really going to go and sell? If you really go and give your business to somebody else, sell it at the hopefully highest possible value, what is it that you're selling? Now think about if you have a beauty salon and somebody wants to buy it. What are they going to go and buy? Are they going to buy your revenue? Are they going to buy the location of your shop? Are they going to go and buy your customer base? The market share that you have in a certain area? Are they going to buy your profits? If you think about if you are a significant tech company, if you think about, for example, Ikubu that was sold to Garmin, I can absolutely assure you that Garmin was not interested in Ikubu's revenue or profits because they don't move the needle for a big corporate. They were interested in, they were buying the team and the IP. If you kind of go and look at when Visa bought Fundamo, again, they were definitely not interested in the revenue, and they were also not interested in the profits. They were interested in the footprint that the company had across Africa and across emerging markets and the team. Now, understand, if you do not know what somebody else is going to go and buy, you might actually emphasize the wrong things. If somebody is going to go and buy your company for your IP, well, then make sure that your IP is as protected as possible, that you constantly go and add IP to it. If it is your customer base, if you say, we want to be the one who has the most companies across Africa or in a specific, or we want to own a very specific vertical because that is going to be of interest to somebody, then you might quite often jeopardize profit for market share. If you believe it is your team, well, then make sure that you actually really have the top team and that those people are locked in and that you incentivize them in the right way that you can actually go and retain them. So all I'm saying is you need to kind of go at the beginning and constantly ask yourself again and again and again, this whole question of what actually is the real value that my business has for somebody else, and am I protecting this? And you need to kind of go and drive your strategy according to this.
Think about it. Growth for the sake of growth is also a little bit pointless. I mean, it's kind of like strategy 101 is where are we now? Where do you want to get to? And how do we get there? And almost for a lot of entrepreneurs, the where are we going is a little bit missing. Am I great? Am I awesome? I mean, be in the business of being awesome is step one. 80-20 rule is there for a reason. So really only the top 20% of entrepreneurs, specifically in your niche, are really going to make it. And you have to really tell yourself, well, I'm either in that top 20% or I'm going to also be an also-ran. So from that perspective, you can obviously improve your product or service or pivot it or whatever, but that's the first question to ask. The key thing, Andrea and I sort of yesterday were swapping some notes is to say, well, what are the things that we really do with our portfolio companies that actually add maximum value? If we now have to have an 80-20 rule with ourselves. And one of the things is build a partner universe. So do not underestimate the network effect if you know who you're targeting. And again, it touches a little bit on confirming the end game. But what we always do, even in due diligence, is to try and figure out who will be the potential competitors, who will be the potential exit partners, who will be potential follow-on funders, who will be potential clients. And we have lists and lists and lists and lists of these things. And of these companies, and then we don't just randomly bump into them. They might think so, but if there's if Garmin, for instance, is on our list of highly important clients and potential exit partners, well, if one of their top executives are chatting at a conference on whatever in Miami, then you fly there and you go bump into them and you make sure that they have your business card and you have theirs, and you stalk them on LinkedIn and you follow them on Twitter and you do what you need to do to make sure that that mythical partner becomes, knows of you. And I mean, that's where networks become quite important. I mean, again, if you have the right networks, you can pretty much get to anyone on the planet saying, well, I'm in that 20% of amazing companies. I'm going to get written about. I'm going to be a thought leader. I'm going to talk about my business. I'm going to target these partners. And at some point, don't be surprised if one of these partners are saying, interesting. Can we acquire you? Have this as your scaling strategy, and these are the headings, then you are on a good path. For many of you on this call, the end game is just surviving next month's salary run, and then licking your wounds and taking it from there. We're not blind to that fact. So just very quickly again, be safe, manage your cash, cut costs, protect your revenue, communicate to your potential clients, potential new clients, old clients. I mean, that is key at the moment. Over communicate, take them on your journey, take them in your trust circle. Ask if you need to delay payments and so forth, but just don't be quiet and protect those revenues. And also do some unexpected things, like really play the offensive game. Go in, you're a VC, go and do an investment, raise a new fund, do something which people are saying, but how can you do that in COVID times? Well, back yourself.
Marketing. You can have the best product in the world. You can have the best business, but if nobody knows about you, if you cannot kind of go and put yourself out, I mean, people need to be able to find you. They need to know about you. You need to get the message out. And your message is actually very, very critical. We find it over and over again, particularly with very technical kind of companies, that they can't really kind of go and articulate their value proposition from a customer point of view. Sales. Well, sales, nothing happens until somebody sells something. I mean, it just is what it is. Again, you can have the most amazing kind of products, the most amazing technology. Somebody needs to be prepared to go and pay for it. Finance, I think in COVID times, you all know cash is king. Financial controls are absolutely important. When we invest, normally we find that financial management is very, very poor. And one of the first things that we have to kind of go and do is to go and put a proper financial person into the business. HR, well, at the end, it's all about people. And I know we kind of always say this, but normally when you kind of go and start a business, it's a few friends and you hire a buddy and you all have pizza together and it's all great and fantastic. But there comes the point where you really now need to go and start recruiting for talent. You need to go and start recruiting for skills that you don't have. Leadership, of course, is also a very, very interesting one. Unfortunately, just because you are the founder doesn't mean that you are the leader. I mean, leadership is something that you need to kind of go and earn, and it means that you can kind of go and command respect. Sometimes people are too weak, sometimes people are too strong and overpower everybody. It is finding this right balance.
Thanks for everyone who's joined the call. So just as a wrap, we have one last session to go on Thursday. We were going to have loads of champagne because it was going to be the end of lockdown. We will still have loads of champagne on Thursday. So don't miss our final session, Realize. Zuanda and the team will get the decks through to you and all the information. And any one of you who have a question to ask, info@grindstoneexcel.com if you want to, and then we'll see you on Thursday. Thanks for everyone presenting. We appreciate your time.
Yeah, thanks everyone. And maybe just to add on Thursday's thing, because we're talking about exits and so we'll definitely share some behind the scenes exits of some of that we've been part of. This is content that you can't actually really read in the book of African exits, you know, so there are definitely some interesting learnings and we love sharing them because that's what it's all about for us as a VC business model. See you Thursday. Thanks everyone. Ciao.